Hello, hello. How are you? I'm going to click on these comments so that I can see you. So say hello. Let me know that you are here. I'm looking down at my phone so I can see what's happening. Hello. Oh, what? What up? What up? What up? It's Michelle Eldridge. How did I not remember that? That's so funny. Okay, so I can see myself on the phone. I'm going to get myself in the comments. Hopefully it doesn't make me echo or do anything weird. Okay, so I have a huge special guest coming very, very soon. And I want to first share with you who Frazer Brookes is. He is incredible, a legend in his own right. And I want to share some things about him with you. He did tell me, I'll be on something and then I'll hop on. And I think he's here. Yes, he's here. Yay. So.
Hello, how you doing?
Hello. I'm so excited. I was just fixing to say all the good things about you. So, it works out. Perfect timing.
Well, I'm sorry I'm a few moments late. And I'm excited to hang out with you for a bit.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm on your website. First of all, if you do not know who this is, you're fixing to be you've been missing out is all I know, and living under a rock somewhere. Okay. So Frazer is so I'm reading this straight from his website. So if I'm looking down, that's why, because I don't want to miss anything. Like, I could say the things that I love, but I want you to hear like the real stuff. Okay. So first of all, he's a second generation network marketer. This is probably my favorite thing. After attending his first event in 1987 in the womb of his mother, like, that's my favorite part. He went on to see his parents earn 8 figures in this industry. 8 figures. You don't hear nobody talking about 8 figures. Like, you don't. And anyway, so in 2010, he decided he was going to be a distributor. He built up this huge organization of over 300,000. And now he's just since 2017, like, it's barely 2021. He spoke on stage 30 different countries. Hello, teaching generically. That's insane. I know that he's really good friends with Eric Worre, that he loves him. Like, he can't compete, but he loves him. See, he has Success Summit. He does a lot of things, but my favorite right now is probably your books. I Dare You, and is the other one, I think the second one is I Double Dare You.
That's for sure, yeah. I couldn't think of a better name. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call it I Dare I Double Dare You. Let's go.
Well, it works out perfectly because you can't forget it. I was super sad when I remember you ended up giving me the book.
Yeah.
And because I couldn't get my card to go through because Frazer is from Europe. And I'm like, what is the problem? Y'all need to get with the program. I need this book. Okay. And so I finally got it, and I was so glad, and I love it. And I shared it with my team. And I think what people, especially in the US, a lot of them, they're either like, everybody knows who you are, or they're fixing to get to know you. So I asked my team, I asked my audience between Instagram, Facebook, etc., give me a couple questions, throw me some questions. I want to ask him what you want to know. Okay. So one of the questions from my team, from Jan, she actually wanted to know when or if you have another book in the works. What's next for you right now?
Yeah, I do. I can't reveal too much about it. It's almost done. I've committed to writing 1 book a year for 50 years. If I make it that long, because it's all about legacy, right? Jim Rohn said many years ago, that true success is determined by how many times your name comes up in someone else's success story. And I just thought, you know what? If something was to happen to me tomorrow or next year or the year after or the year after or the year after or the year after, how much training will there be for the industry that I love to be able to tune into without me having to create anything else? And books is one way of doing it. So answer is, it's pretty much written. I think September it will be announced. It'll be released. This one's a little bit different but the title is very, 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 very interesting. And it's not I triple dare you, just to let you know.
Darn, we thought we had it. We thought. Well, I know that it's going to be good. I have no doubt. I think you're one of the most, you're to the point, but in the best way. Like you don't sugarcoat things for people. You truly do want them to succeed. And that's what I think I was drawn to the most with you. Even with like a little country bumpkin like myself, I could listen to you talk all day. So it works out great. Okay, so the second question, because I don't want to keep you a long, long time, but the second question is, if you had to start over right now, like if, obviously I know you're not building right now, but say you started a business today, what is something that, like, what would you do? What would be something that you would do right now this way? What is it?
Mm-hmm. So I am hey, I could answer this a million different ways, right? But I would literally be and it depends, right? Because if I was to start over, and I was doing nothing else but network marketing, right, it would be a different answer if I was if I had a job and I was only able to do 10, 20 hours a week. But if I had all the time in the world, I would be literally everywhere. I would be Clubhouse, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I'd be everywhere. I would be reaching out to people. I'd be creating content. I would do all my reach outs before I do my content, because my philosophy is, right, I'm going to do my reach out. So I'm going to spend an hour in the morning doing reach out. And then I've got the rest of the day to go and create. I would interview people who are successful. I would interview people in my team, interview people in the upline, interview people in the sideline. I would be going absolutely crazy. I'd be creating YouTube videos with my company name all over it. So people who maybe are looking for opportunities, oh my God, yeah, I'm there. I'd be doing podcasts. I'd be repurposing content. I'd be doing stories every day. I'd be doing TikToks every day. I'd be just going absolute beast. And here's what I would do. I would be pushing everything to a Linktree link. Now, I hated Linktree when I started, but this is what I've come to realize. Linktree is one link that you can promote, but there are so many different ways that you and your opportunity and product can help other people. Let's say you're in the health and wellness space. You can help people, number one, by helping them earn an extra income, right? Business opportunity. Number two, helping them lose weight, helping them get better sleep, helping them feel better, helping them look younger, helping them extend their life, obviously be compliant, right? So on Linktree, I'm going to have discover my number one health generating system, right? Or health improvement system. Number two, discover how you can leverage social media to earn an extra income. Number three, learn how you can work with me. And I would just be directing people to different videos on Instagram TV that I've got, maybe YouTube, although I'm not a huge fan of putting videos on YouTube because it's a suggested feed. Isn't it a marketing scam, right? But I would just be I would flood that link tree, and I'd be getting people looking at all the videos that I've done. Some people will watch a few, some people will watch two, some people watch one, some people watch five. And I would be getting so many people on the video, and I just become a traffic specialist. And you just create traffic by being on all the platforms and just have a strategy. So I know the answer to the question was a bit.
Oh man, it's so good. We're probably eating it up. The last time I did a StreamYard, can't really see what was happening. And Ray was raving it, and he was like, "I want you to know that I looked up." Like when we were done, he's like, "You need to go to Facebook on your phone because there's comments, and we didn't address any because we can't see them." So I'm like, fantastic. That was fucking blows me right now.
Yeah, I love Ray.
I love the answer because I feel like that's a lot. Most people, they would have said like two little things. That is a plan. Like, I don't know if you've thought about that before, but you knew exactly what you would be doing. And I think people, they think that's the only way, and it's not. But if that's possible for you, and it's possible for most people, let's be real, okay? Most people are on all those platforms anyway, every day, and they're not doing anything but wasting time. So, I mean, I would say it's pretty possible, but I love the link tree thing. Because for me, I'm nosy. I'm going to go look at all these things. And if I find something that fits me, sign me up. I don't have to ask about it. And if I'm pointing to it and people are looking, I mean, it just gives them so many more options. It's like,
it's so important, right? It's just literally go into my bio, there's a link there. And you don't have to have a certain number of followers to have the link there. You don't have to make it a big deal. Now, some people will say, yeah, but having a link in your posts, for example, on Facebook will decrease it. Okay, then have the post, do the video and say, hey, go to my bio. It's here, here, and here, and click on the link. It's there. You just gotta, if you want to,
they're trying to feed the narrative a lot of the time that from what I can see, that they can't do it. It can't work for me though, but it works for Susie because Susie, I don't know, Susie, that's it. Her name's Susie, okay?
Go on, Susie.
But not for me, okay? Not for me. And they will feed that narrative until it's true, right? Like that's what happens. But if you're super specific and just that's it, so quick a solution to the problem. Don't put a link in your post. Great, don't. Point, there it is. I mean, problem solved. Whichever way this thing lets you point. I'm always backwards. It's so great.
I know that. I just do a lot. I would always prioritize what I can control in terms of activity. I would always do that first. And once I've done that, and I always motivate myself, like, listen, I am not allowed to do anything in terms of content creation, attraction marketing until I've done my action marketing. Action is in the word attraction. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to prioritize that. And then I'm going to do the attraction. The sooner that I get out of bed and do the action marketing, the sooner that I can do the attraction marketing. And the rest of it kind of just takes care of itself. But the whole link tree concept is, you just need that one place to funnel people in. Let the rest of the things kind of figure it out. You'll weed out a lot of the weak people. Maybe 1 in 10, 1 in 20 will actually want further information after watching the information. Great, they're qualified. You don't want to fill your calendar with 100 different calls and only convert 2 of the 100. Right. You want to have 5 calls and you convert in 4 of them. And you're like, oh, I'm good at this. Like, everyone's doing this is amazing, right? Like, come on, let's go. So
great.
That process. Yeah.
Okay. Well, for those people who are like, okay, I just don't think that I can do all the platforms. If you had to choose 1 or 2, which would you choose right now? Because I know that in 90 days it could change. But for right now, if you had to choose 1, maybe 2, which would you choose and why would you choose it?
So for prospecting, I would choose, this is going so against like me as a trainer in a way. For prospecting, I would choose most likely TikTok and Instagram. And hey, this is from someone who's got 1,000 followers on TikTok. I don't really do much, but I cannot ignore the exposure and visibility that people are getting. I just can't. It's ridiculous. So my strategy with prospecting would be TikTok video, Instagram video, Instagram lives, Instagram stories, funneling everyone into the Instagram DM, and then obviously getting them as a customer, looking to upgrade them in the future. Now, as a network marketer building a team, the platforms will be Facebook and Instagram. Right. Why? Facebook groups, gold. The majority of people are on Facebook. So from prospecting with attraction marketing, it would be TikTok, Instagram. From a team building exercise of getting the majority of people teaching, training, action marketing would be Facebook and Instagram. Funny, that means that Instagram is the common denominator. I just think Instagram it's moving fast in the network marketing space, and I think everyone should have an account. I really do.
It is. I do. I agree. When I started, I didn't have Instagram, and I got on there, and at first it took me some time to love it because I loved Facebook. We were friends, man. And now, I love, like, Instagram's my favorite place to be. And you were talking about YouTube, how there's these people, it's MLM, it's a scam. I'm doing these reels on Instagram, and there's these people, I'm like, you don't realize how much you're boosting me. Keep it up. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping my bank account. I appreciate it. It doesn't bother me a bit. Okay. Thank you so much. And I will do reels about it and make them, it just keeps them watching. I'm like, I don't mind. And I love it. But it's I think probably at some point, maybe at the beginning, I may have been like, oh no, like somebody doesn't like me. But now it's just like engagement. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think it's Trent Shelton who says that a hater is just a confused supporter. Yeah. They are like they're supporting you, they're showing up, they're watching. It's when a hater comments on like the 27th minute and 38 seconds, and you're like, really? Like, watch this for nearly 30 minutes and then say, screw you and your pyramid thing. It's like, what?
Decide that.
Like, anyway, you know what? I appreciate people's opinions. I appreciate people's opinions if it is backed by like an educated point of view. I completely appreciate that. I don't appreciate closed and skeptical minds, though.
There's a difference between flat out lies and actual facts. Like there are, I believe, there are scams. They exist 1,000%. But this is not like early 1900s. Like this is 2021. Do you think they're gonna let us all get away with that? Like, really? Hello. My husband talks about, he's older than me, and he talks about back when he was young and they did this and they did that. And like, they would escort me to jail.
For sure.
Like, we're going to get a ticket. We're going to do something. Goodbye. Don't pass go. None of that. It's 2021. How far do you get with a scam? Not far. I really don't believe you get far.
No, for sure. It's just educating people what's right and what's wrong.
You don't know. You just don't know. You believe only what you know. And I honestly, when I found this profession, I was one of those people that was like, I don't know. I just don't want to be one of those spammy weird people. Like that's all. I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't want to do that. And on the subject of that, I know that you know that Ray is one of my mentors, and he teaches a very different approach to reach outs and things in comparison to what you teach. And I love the difference because not everybody is going to relate to the one or the other. One's not going to, it's just, you need options. So I would love, because you were talking about the action items, right? So I'd love to know what does a reach out mean to you? What does that look like?
So, and hey, I love Ray. I'm such a big fan, and I love how he's helped you. I just love how he's helped so many people. He is such an incredible coach. Like he's very good because he's direct to the point. You need the tough love. You're gonna get it. He's not gonna pussyfoot around it, and I love him for that. I really do. I built my entire business by turning strangers into friends, friends into family. That's how I built my entire business. It's how my dad built his entire business. Although my dad is extremely, extremely direct. Like if it's, hey, like, are you in? Are you in? Like, yeah, no, you open? Yeah, no, all right. So I saw that and I didn't like it because it didn't match my personality. So I wasn't able to be super direct. From a teaching and coaching point of view, I actually believe there is a right way for everyone. Some people, and it depends on the country you go to. If you go to Australia and said, who builds direct, meaning like, hey, I know we don't know each other, excuse the unusual approach, blah, blah, blah. Would you be open to checking out some information? No worries if not, blah, blah, blah. A lot of them will not put their hand up. Like pretty much no one, but because they're all relationship builders. You go to the US, 70% of people will say, I prefer direct, right? So I have something called I have something called Messenger Mountain, and it's a journey of a mountain. You've got to get to the top. One side is very steep, right? But it's short, right? So it's a shorter path, but it's steeper. And that is the direct route, right? So you can climb up the steep hill. You're going to get what I call rejection rocks. People are going to block you. People are going to ignore you. People are going to say, take screenshots about you and post them in the anti-MLM groups. They're going to do all this. So if you've got the posture and the thick skin, go direct. If you believe it, go direct. The other side is the relationship building side, where you could climb the mountain in your flip-flops. It's not hard, but your problem is it takes a lot longer. As you can see, it's a lot of a longer path. You got to build a relationship. You're going to waste a lot of time, but you will reach the point which you meet the the monster of the mountain. And the monster of the mountain is you, because you start feeling awkward and you start feeling a bit slimy, a little bit snaky, a little bit shady, because you built this relationship up. So the point of what I'm saying is go and reach out to 50 people, and then go and see what gets you the best results, or that makes you feel comfortable enough to do for a long period of time.
Yeah.
That's my belief with it. I just have a slightly different approach. And if what you're doing is working, do it. Stick with it. Please do not change. But my approach is
does not mean feels good. First of all.
Right.
It means making you and you dollars, not likes, not check marks, not good. Just to be clear for those watching.
Yeah, exactly right. So my approach is a little bit different. So I have something called Find Ad Message, which is FAM, which is short for family, right? Because that's the whole aim of network marketing, is to build that family of people, also known as a network, right? Yeah. Your family is also a network, right? So it's family marketing, basically, if you really kind of tie it all back. So I believe that you find someone, you add them, you send them a message. Now, again, some people say differently, but that's just how I believe. You find them, you add them, you message them to connect. So, hey, Michelle, saw a post that you made in the dog lovers group. What breed of dog is that? That's it. The intentions for the connection. Now, 15 to 20.
Thanks for the connection. You actually pointed out something about me.
Right. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm pointing something about you. So then what I'm going to basically do now is 15 to 20% of people will actually see and reply to my message. 15 to 20%. Then the direct or the relationship building starts. So then it's like, hey, the reason why I added you is I've been going through your profile. You've got it going on. You'd be great at what I do. Would you be open to checking out some information? Yes or no? Like, no worries if not. Or have you loved dogs for a while? Like, where are you based? What do you do for a living? If that's your style. So my opinion is just do that. The reason why is simply from a split testing point of view, the marketer comes in, is simply then knowing, okay, where is the breakdown in my process? So I'm Find Ad messaging Michelle. I'm getting a great response from her. But when I send this message, the response is awful, or I'm getting no response. Okay, maybe I need to change that message. If I send the message first and they don't reply, I don't know if it's the message or if it's something else. And that's just how I've kind of grown up. I need
you have to be able to track it or
right.
I mean, that's the most important thing. And knowing, too, it's not one message. Like, you're not going to know from one person. It does take, you got to put in some. It's going to be multiple, like a bunch on both ways. And if you're trying to find out what's best for you, it does take some time, but it's so worth it. I think for me in the beginning, with zero network, nobody liked me. Legitimately, I had, Ray's way was super simple. It was simple enough. I understood it. And that was a way that I could somehow put myself in front of people who didn't know me. And then, as I grew, obviously, now people like me. Hello. Hi, friends. And I am happy to be your friend. Let's all be friends. And then I wanted to be friends with everybody. And it was, it wasn't so much about, what's the word? Maybe even desperation was the word. I wasn't so desperate or whatever to find the people because they started to come to me.
Exactly. Right.
And then I leaned more toward the, I want to build the relationship with people, but it was never one way is the only way always for me. And I think people need to understand that that's okay.
Well, it's also two journeys, and I believe Ray talks this as well in terms of it starts as network prospecting, it ends as network marketing. Like when you start, you have to prospect.
Wait a minute, I gotta write.
When you start, you have to take the action. You have to reach out, and the fundamentals of network marketing that's been taught for years and years and years is you join and you write a list. You write a list of people who you know. You're not marketing to them. You're prospecting them. But once that list is ended, now the marketing begins, and it's called network marketing, not network prospecting, because the marketing is the longer part of the journey. You know, you're going to be marketing for years and years and years. You'll be prospecting for maybe 90 days. Yeah, it's. I believe Ray talks about it in a different way. I've seen him do the prospecting versus marketing kind of presentation, which is amazing.
Oh yeah, he'll do that, but he's never like that exact quote. That was good. That's that's easy to break down for any person, no matter where they're at on their journey. Like they can understand. Yeah. It may start out this way, okay, network prospecting. Legitimately, that's what it was for me, and then it grew actually to network marketing, because the marketing. Yes, every day I did exactly what you said. I'd done the action stuff first, because you have to build it up. You know, unless you're someone who's not me, that comes in with a bunch of friends and a bunch of, influence that you've had to cultivate. It wasn't just, most likely it wasn't just gave to you. It was work. If you come in with that though, then it's easier for you to always be on the relationship side, because you've been doing that already. It's not like you didn't put in the work. You did. It just... Yeah,
and as the upline, the mentor, the coach, whatever it might be, you going through the hardship of doing the prospecting tells me, oh, I've got to pay attention to this firecracker. Like if you're like, no, I don't want to speak to my friends and family, I don't want to prospect, I just want to post them. I'm like, okay, so you're just not going to do what I'm going to tell you to do. Like you're just going to ignore me and do something. Okay, well, noted.
Noted. Got it. That is so special too. And you know that like there's so much pride that you take when you know somebody's going to follow the instructions. You're just like, I'm here for you, man. I've got your back all the time, every day. If you're going to follow directions, I got you. And then when they don't, sometimes it takes learning the hard way, and then they'll follow the directions. Sometimes it takes a longer time than others, but usually, in my experience, the people that are going to stick with it, even if they want to do it their way at first. Now, I don't care if they do it their way forever. It's whatever works for them. But usually, if they hit their head on the wall long enough, they figure it out. Like, okay, I'm going to try this way and see if it works.
Yeah, for sure. It's just important. It's important to know that there's different ways of doing things, but it's finding your way. I've always said that in order to grow, you've got to find your flow. You've got to find that process that you get up in the morning and get excited about, and you go to bed thinking, I can't wait to wake up tomorrow. And your husband, your partner is just like, why? Where's all your energy come from? You're like, I'm just fired up. I'm excited. Because in order to go far, FAR is an acronym. F is for feelings, A is for activity, R is for results. You got to get a good feeling enough to take the activity, which gives you the results. So you got to do you got to go through the steps, really.
I freaking love you. Listen, thank you so much. I just looked at the clock. Y'all, first of all, you need both of his books. You need them. I dare you. I double dare you. And he promised the one that's coming out this year is not called I triple dare you, okay? But you'll need it too, okay? But I put his website, I hope, is that right? Do you see it?
Yeah. It looks about right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So I put Frazer's website up here. Check it out. You need to go. This dude is the real deal. There's no question. You can tell by somebody's energy. It took me one time. One time I saw you on a live, and I'm like, this dude has true intentions. He really wants to help people, and I'm going to show my people him if I get the nerve to ask him. So I'm glad I did.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad you did. I'm so grateful for the chance to be able to do this. I just looked at the clock as well, so I'm gonna have to jump off. But
yes, we got to go.
I don't mean it to sound in like a condescending way or anything like this, but I'm proud of what you've done. I really am. I've seen your journey. I've heard about the journey. I've seen the stage snippets and everything. And you're incredible. Like, and it's people like you. Although you are a unicorn, it is people like you who is what network marketing is all about. It's what network marketing is all about, and your story will have an impact that will go for tens and tens and tens and tens of years, whether you continue to keep going or whether you just stop right now, because people will use your story as a case study for what's possible in the industry. So congrats on going through a hardship. Congrats on going through the crap. Congrats on going through everything that you've had to deal with to be able to get here. And I'm really grateful for the chance to be able to be on your platform and speak to your audience as well. So
thank you so much. If you need me anytime, you got it. You already made me cry. I will let you go. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye-bye.